everyone. Welcome to this week's Tea and Crumpets. I'm Gloria S, Crump, the queen of real estate at Coastal Leaders Realty Group. And today we have Tanner Gorum. She's been with us a couple of times, and she is a loan officer now with Movement Mortgage.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and so Tanner has been with Movement Mortgage, and then she went to First Bank, and now you're back at Movement.
Yes.
So, and which is right around the corner from us.
Here at the wharf.
We're neighbors again, so I'm excited to have you back. Yay! Well, tell us a little bit about the history of the company.
Yeah, so Movement was founded in 2008
Mm-hmm.
by Casey Crawford and Toby King, I think is his last name. Toby's no longer a part of the company. He sold out to Casey, but Movement has always been very like to give back, I guess. What I'm saying. So we have our own foundation, Movement Foundation, and 40 to 50% of the company's profit goes into the Movement Foundation. Movement Foundation owns 49% of the company.
Oh wow!
So those profits go into the Movement Foundation. So we're able to do match giving and things like that. We also have Movement Schools, which are charter schools. Right now they're in North Carolina, and they just opened their first one in South Carolina. They're in the process of opening the first one in Atlanta, Georgia. So the goal is 100 schools in 10 years. We have, I think, 8 actually open right now.
Nice.
So they're charter schools. They're, a little different than your traditional school. While the curriculum is the same pretty much, the way that they treat the children, like they're not known as students, they're known as scholars. And there's signs on, down each hallway that's Integrity Boulevard and just things like that. It's their main focus is building character as well as, teaching them and setting them up for success. Each classroom has they're named after a college.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of puts them in that mindset
of going to college,
higher education and things of that set, and letting them know, because a lot of these are underserved children. From underserved areas and things like that, so they're able to just kind of
have a new vision.
Yes, have a new vision at school and things like that. So that is one thing that we're really big on is the Movement Schools.
Well, that's really impressive because I've never heard of that, and I've also never heard of another lending company to be that focused on helping the community in that aspect. I mean, that's just really creating, so many opportunities for kids, and like you said, an underserved area. So that's really impressive.
It is. It's exciting that we're able to do that, and we also last year pioneered the term impact lender. So we identify as not just a mortgage lender, we're an impact lender, and how we can give back to the community.
That's awesome. And so their goal is to do 100 schools
in 10 years.
In 10 years. And so that's amazing. Do they see maybe one opening in Alabama? Do you know?
That is the goal. Potentially we'll have some across all of the United States, but our headquarters is based in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's why we have 4 or 5 schools there. And then it's a big task to getting it going in a new state. There's so many hurdles and things that you have to jump over. So we just got the one in Charleston, South Carolina opened at the beginning of August for this school year. And then the one in Atlanta is being constructed right now.
Wow, that's awesome. So, well, congratulations on being part of something so much bigger than just, giving out money. Y'all are helping out the community.
Yes.
Well, that's neat. Now, talking about loans and such, are there different types of loan products that with Movement Mortgage that they offer that you might haven't seen in your other place, or just in general? What are those?
Yeah, so any loan product you can think of, we have it. We have home equity lines of credit, reverse mortgages, which have a bad rep, and they should not. We can talk about that too. Construction, USDA, VA, all the traditional loan programs, but just...
And y'all do obviously investment, like the DSCRs, which
DSCR,
they work off the rental income.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about the reverse mortgage, because a lot of people do come down here and they retire, and that's way, they can maybe live a little bit more comfortably.
Yes.
And so, they might not have children, to leave their homes to.
Correct. So with a reverse mortgage, they do have a bad but they really shouldn't. So you have to be 62 years of age, obviously, to even take part in it. But essentially what it is it's a line of credit. So even, let's say you own a home and you don't have a mortgage on it.
Yeah.
You can go and take out a reverse mortgage, and maybe you didn't have a big 401k or retirement plan or anything like that. So you're only getting a small Social Security check every month. And we have inflation. That's really hard to live off of right now. So essentially you can go out, you can do this reverse mortgage and take out, you have 3 options. You can take out a lump sum, which is going to be a fixed interest rate. Okay. You can do a monthly draw. So basically that's monthly income coming in, which is going to be an adjustable rate that's on an index that can fluctuate. Or you can do, lump sum, monthly, or you can just take it out like a line of credit, like as you need to take from it. And that's also an adjustable rate as well. And as far as the terms of paying it back, you don't make monthly payments.
Oh, that's nice.
So say that you have kids and when you pass away, now you've taken out $40,000 from that line of credit. The kids then have 6 months to pay it back, essentially. So if they're selling the property, then, if it's not a property they were wanting to really keep or anything like that, then they would sell it. They would use that money from the sale to pay it back. Or they have the option to just pay it back and the loan's resolved anyway.
Well,
but it's a great.
Do not know that.
It's a great way. Like I said, if you don't have a big 401k or anything like that, and you're just drawing a small Social Security check every month, it's a great way to have that extra, and you get to kind of. I mean, based off what you're approved for, but if you are, you kind of get to pick what you want. If you choose the monthly draw option, what you want that monthly, even if it's just $500. That could be really helpful with groceries or whatever,
Gas.
Gas, yes. That's a big one.
For sure.
So.
Well, I think that's really good to know. And I didn't even know about the 6 months that they have back, because a lot of times children do sell the home anyway.
Right.
So, and now a lot of times, so mortgage insurance, I've had some people mention mortgage insurance, what loans have to pay that, just a little bit of breakdown on that.
So mortgage insurance kind of varies by product. So let's start with conventional. That's one of the most well-known and used products. With a conventional, whether you're doing primary investment or second home, you will have mortgage insurance until your loan is paid down to 80%.
And that's what people hear PMI.
Correct. So meaning that you have a 20% ownership interest in the property. So if you originally purchased the property and put 20% down, you're never going to have mortgage insurance on a conventional loan. But if you put, you do a first-time home buyer loan and you're only putting 3% down, then you've only got a 3% ownership interest in that property. So you're going to have mortgage insurance until that balance is paid down.
Now, do they just automatically figure out, because it's at 20% to the loan, so it'll just automatically one day you'll just get your statement in the mail and that will be...
Yes, so you can reach out to them and just kind of ask, and when you close, kind of based on how much you put down, how long it's going to take you to get to that. It automatically falls off once it gets to 78%.
Okay.
But you can request it to come off at 80%.
I see. So you need to keep an eye on it if you want to make sure it's done at 80%.
That's correct.
Okay.
And that's with conventional. So, and then with FHA loans, depending on how much you put down, you're going to have mortgage insurance for the first 11 years.
Okay.
So I think
regardless.
I think it's if you put down, I can't remember if it's 5 or 10%, then after 11 years it falls off. But if you just do the minimum of 3.5, then it's for the life of the loan.
Okay.
So not super favorable, but a lot of times FHA mortgages are better for the client overall. Your payment may actually end up being cheaper even with mortgage insurance on it. So that's something we always want to look at is, what is the buyer's main focus? Is it monthly payment or the interest rate, or
because they might not be holding it for that long anyway.
Correct. Yes.
So,
if you're not planning to keep it for 30 years, then it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Because you would potentially be paying it on the conventional as well. So.
Now on VA loans, is there mortgage insurance on VA?
There is a upfront funding fee,
upfront funding
which
fee
can vary by scenario too. If you're a disabled veteran or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the funding fee could potentially be exempt altogether.
Okay.
But as far as the monthly, yes, there is a small fee just because you're not putting anything down, but it's a very small fee. And same with USDA, you have your upfront guarantee fee,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pay a small amount each month. With that.
Okay,
So,
that's good to know. Now on the turnaround times for movement mortgage, what do y'all normally see? I mean, as long as everybody is,
this is one of my favorite things
Okay.
to talk about, because we have what we call a 6-7-1 process.
Okay.
That is meaning the 6 stands for 6-hour underwriting.
Oh.
So our goal is, once that file is initially submitted to underwriting, it should be underwritten within 6 hours for the initial underwriting.
Yes.
And then once it comes out of underwriting, we have what we call our we get a target processing date, which is 7 days from it coming out of initial underwriting.
Mm-hmm.
So within 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
we want to have that loan fully processed. When I say fully processed, I mean getting all borrower conditions. This does not count third-party things.
Yeah, not counting the appraisal,
Not the appraisal, title,
the
insurance, any of that
This
stuff.
is all focused on the buyer's conditions.
Correct. So within 7 days, we want to have all of that back in to the underwriting and have those buyer conditions cleared by the underwriter.
Okay.
And then we will continue to likely you're still waiting on the appraisal report to come back at this point.
And there very well they might be new conditions once those conditions have been met.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. So, and then once we get all of the conditions, including the third-party items, we'll send it back in for final underwrite. And then it'll be cleared. And then the 1 in the 6-7-1 stands for a 1-day closing. So 24 hours to have the closer reach out to title, get balance, and get the package over.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So,
and I love it. 6-7-1, 6 hours, 7 days, and 24 hours.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about? I mean, y'all do condos. I know y'all do great with condos.
Yes, we do condos. We have a phenomenal condo department.
Yes.
I just closed one yesterday, and
Which one was it?
It was the Cove in Gulf Shores.
Okay, good deal.
So, but
condos are very tricky.
They are extremely tricky, and not all lenders can do them.
No.
So that is a plus that we do have that. But all I had to do on that one, as far as the condo went, is in the beginning, I provided the condo team with the HOA information and the master insurance policy information, and they took it from there, and they handled everything else. I never touched it again.
That's awesome. That's great that y'all do, because there's so many people that might go with out of area lenders when it comes to condos, and we're always so skeptical. Because the fact that y'all have a condo team, that's amazing, because that means y'all they know what they're doing, they know what to look for. I can't tell you how many times that we've worked with lenders, even I'm on the selling side, it'll be very close to closing, and they'll go, we need the master insurance policy. We're like, wait, why didn't you ask this 3 weeks ago? We thought that was squared away. So that's awesome.
Those are things that we know that have to be taken care of. So
that's why it's just so nice to know that y'all are, and y'all are around the corner.
Yes.
So we can go over and see y'all and ask questions and all that stuff. So
anytime.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll have her contact information at the end, and that's awesome about the movement schools. So hopefully we can help contribute to that too. So
absolutely.
Well, good deal.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you as always, and thank you for watching.